Everyone, this is our last session for today and the last session of official session of the conference, because tomorrow is the youth camp. So I am pleased to introduce the talk of our colleagues from Petrozavodsk State University, which will be given by Roman Abramov. Roman, welcome. The floor is yours.
Hello everyone, I'm going to talk about analysis of the beginning of sentences. A strong position of text in the solving the problem of attribution of works by F.M. Dostoevsky. Let's define first what is strong position. For the author, a strong position is the ability to place logical assents to form certain semantic domains, which will be predictably adopted by the readers. So, author wants to emphasize some words or some maybe ideas, and he does it by his own vocabulary, his own techniques to give information to his reader. And we're trying to apply this fact to utilize it and solve problem of dividing two texts which are written by different authors. So, what's the purpose? We're dealing with the problem of analyzing the beginning of sentences as a strong position of the text, and the whole method of this research is might be represented as the following grammar. First of all, we use frequency of parts of speech as features. Those are first part of speech, second, third, and bigrams and trigrams of these sentences. So we have 5 features, and we will use them to build decision tree. Afterwards, philologists study obtained decision trees to give some insights about what this can be applied to. What data we're using? We used 19 articles from magazines Time and Epoch, which were published in 19th century, and there were 8 authors which are represented on the screen. How data was prepared? Articles were split in fragments with size of 10, 12, and 30 sentences. The frequency of parts of speech located at the second, first, and third places of the sentence, as I said before, and bigram and trigrams as well. And they were used to train decision tree again. Those are results. We used accuracy to evaluate our method, and those results are presented for 10 sentences. As you see, when the depth of the tree increasing, so increases the accuracy. And result for 20 sentences, for the depth 10, it's almost 1% for every fragment, and result for 30 sentences, it is similar to 20 sentences. So let's interpret our results. First of all, the most significant feature is the attribute associated with the second word in the sentence. Those conclusions were made by philologists, and I hope that Aleksandr, my colleague, might give more informative overview of those, because I'm not quite a philologist, but well. And the second interesting fact was that for Dostoevsky's text, the appearance of a noun in this place is more typical than for all other authors. Unfortunately, we couldn't explain this fact, but it's as it is, and maybe it's just random random event that is not interpretable, but overall we obtain that. And a similar study of the last three parts wasn't that good as the first, as using three first words of the sentences. And that's our results and conclusions that this method might be applied to resolve efficiently the problems associated with attributing anonymous sources, because different authors uses different techniques, different words, and different parts of speech to start their sentences, to impress their feelings and to impress their ideas. They might not do that purposely, but the most interesting thing that they usually do it not purposely. And that's our work, and I hope that Aleksandr Lebedev is here in Zoom and might give more information about philological interpretation of those results.
Yes, good day, ladies and gentlemen. I want to present some conclusions connected with the philological part of the research. I want to show some...
Alexander, are you online?
I'm online.
Alexander?
I'm here.
I guess not. Oh.
I'm online and I'm here.
I see Alexander is talking. Alexander? Sorry?
I'm here and I'm online. But... Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Do you hear me? Do you hear me?
Ну да. Или мы не слышим его. Возможно, что он здесь не дает. Все, елки-палки. Тут режим этот дурацкий. Alexander, sorry, we might have missed it because the audio was off. So
okay. Do you hear me now?
Yeah, now we hear you clearly. Thank you.
Okay. Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I want to present the philological part of this research connected with the interpretation of the results. I want to show some examples. May I?
Yeah, then we stop sharing and then you can join. Please
okay.
welcome.
Okay. Так.
Yeah. We can see the slides.
Yes, okay. Given the structure of the decision tree, the most significant feature is the attribute associated with the second word in the sentence. For Dostoevsky's text, the appearance of a noun in this place is more typical than for all other authors whose texts were analyzed in the study. There are many reasons why a noun may be positioned in the second place from the beginning in a sentence, mostly related with the variability of the principles of sentence construction in Russian language. Let's consider the possible variants of the example of the text Several Articles on Russian Literature Introduction, which is written by Fyodor Mikhailovich Dostoevsky. The noun can be placed in the second position in the following situations. The first one as an addition with the preposition at the beginning of the sentence, preposition plus noun. And there are some examples in Russian of this situation. The second one, an attribute and the object that this attribute belongs to. It could be adjective plus noun or pronoun plus noun. The third one is a subject preceded by a word linking the current sentence with the previous one. This is other plus noun. The fourth one is a position in one-member sentences, verb plus noun. It could be definite personal one-member sentence, indefinite personal one-member sentence, or sentence with a verb in the imperative mood without the subject located in the text. The fifth one is the main idea preceded by an introductory word. It's introductory word plus noun. And the sixth one, the component part of the subject expressed by a combination of a cardinal number and a noun, numeral plus noun. In some cases, this occurrence of a noun can be combined with an anaphora. This kind of variety of options for the appearance of a noun in the second position of a sentence is typical for the text of Fyodor Mikhailovich Dostoevsky and less typical for other analyzed authors. The remaining features located at the top of the decision tree could also have proper linguistic interpretation. For example, pronouns and auxiliary parts of speech, such as particles, prepositions, conjunctions, begin to play an important role. Some combinations can be a distinctive feature of the construction of the text of an article by a particular author. For example, Dostoevsky's texts are characterized by the beginning of sentences with the words "not enough," in transliteration from Russian "malo того," plus pronoun. This kind of beginning of sentences is only in the text of Fyodor Mikhailovich Dostoevsky and is absent in the analyzed materials of other authors. In some cases, the content of the material itself may encourage the author to choose certain combinations of parts of speech. For example, the text Bookness and Literacy, Part 2, which expresses the author's opinion on a number of literary issues, provides for the active use personal pronouns of the first person, mainly we, at the beginning of the text. Moreover, some combination of parts of the speech can be repeated several times in the paragraph, and similar observations can also be made from the text of the other authors. For example, the article by Alexey Adrianovich Golobachev, Political Review, includes several sentences starting with in one word, in transliteration from Russian, одним словом. And also Dostoevsky very seldom uses trivial triples of parts of speech as a noun plus adjective plus noun, as well as noun plus verb in the beginning of sentences. We can assume that Dostoevsky avoided banality in the constructions of the beginning of sentences, because it's rather typical for other authors to start a sentence with a subject expressed by a noun and an action expressed by a verb. As already Roman said, a similar study of the last three parts of speech in each of the sentence didn't provide the same significant results as compared to the position of the beginning of the sentence. In the case of the last three parts, the most significant signs were location of a noun in the last position, the participle in the penultimate position, and the combination of parts of the speech, adverb plus particle plus verb. But it's obvious that the appearance of such combinations at the end of a sentence is unpredictable and cannot serve as a reliable tool for attribution of text. And making two conclusions. Fyodor Mikhailovich Dostoevsky, as a master of the artistic words, was able to understand the importance and relevance of the strong positions. Such components of the text are well stored in the mind of the reader, forming a certain impression, and also well combined with some figures of speech, such as anaphora and syntactic repeat. For this reason, in order to solve the issues of text attribution, the analysis of such fragments of a sentence beginnings can make it possible to more effectively solve the problems associated with attributing anonymous sources and establishing the authorship of dubious texts. Thanks for your attention.
Thank you for your addition. So any questions, comments? There is something in the chat. I guess I have to check it.
It's my
it's your message, okay. So if no questions, then I will ask, so is it so that the method works only for Fyodor Dostoevsky, or you can generalize it to other authors or other languages? How specific is it to the language? I guess both authors can answer.
Actually, in this research, we tried to compare text of Fyodor Mikhailovich Dostoevsky and text of not Fyodor Mikhailovich Dostoevsky's And maybe Roman could explain better how the research has gone.
I think because we use part of speech, which are not, which usually presented in most of the languages. We might apply this technique to different languages as easily as it is, because we need just text that is which processed by philologists, and afterwards we might apply our techniques to solve this problem, and we might apply this as well as for other authors, because it's not that specifically for Fyodor Dostoevsky. Other authors might have their own unique components of parts of speech and how they use it. So it is generally applicable for other languages and authors.
And I might add some words. If we will try to take this method into the text which are written in English, it may, I think it may show not so good results because of the order of parts of speech in the sentence. In English, it's strict order of parts of the speech, noun, verb, and so on. In Russian, we can see sentences with free order. For example, such sentences beginning with the verb, after it the noun, and so on. In English, it's very seldom situation, and I think it would be more difficult to implement this method into the text in another languages. But in Russian, it shows good results.
Yeah, so Russian specific method. Okay, so Russia is more flexible language, right?
Yes, another free order and strict order. Languages with the strict order of parts of speech in the sentence are more difficult to interpret, as I think. But actually, we haven't made some researches on the other languages, only in Russian and only on the texts that were written in the 19th century.
Yeah.
By Dostoevsky and other authors.
Yeah, good. Thank you so much.